Well, a very good evening to you folks here on Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to the Super Metroid A Link to the Past combo randomizer. It's getting pretty close to almost daily race here. This is the Monday night weekly, and we are here for a hard 774, hard logic 774, which means 7 crystals to get into GT, 7 crystals to defeat Ganon, and 4 Super Metroid bosses required. So, we're going to be seeing Nitorific and Scupula on our feeds here tonight, but we've got a nice 8 runners in the race time tonight. So they will put on a fantastic show for you here now. We will be getting started in just a moment. But yes, hoping for some good shenanigans tonight. Hopefully, some suitless Meridia. Last race I witnessed here, we didn't get to see a whole lot of that. Gravity Suit showed up right at the last second, if I'm not mistaken. But it looks like we're off. And we get a nice... Oh, I thought for a minute that was... I'm not sure who that is on Scupula's screen. But we get Dark Samus on the meantime for Nitorific. Anywho, we are seeing both our runners go straight into A Link to the Past. There are 2 items in logic in Super Metroid at this point, but it looks like our runners are just not interested. Now, that being said, we've got power bombs on Lake Hylia Island. And I think that's all we're going to see. 5 bomb capacity upgrade in Link's house. Bit of an explosive start here with the stuff we've seen. We get our first map check. We've got 2 blue crystals on Eastern and Hera and the green pendant in Desert Palace. No ice rod hunt today, folks. It's chilling right there in the sanctuary. We get our tier 3 tree pull as well, and that looks to be red rupees, so Nito definitely not going to say no to those. And yep, just calling it now. Ice Rod already? Yeah, Total Rock's a pendant. I have to agree with Chad on this one. We're going to see Scupula go straight for the Lumberjack ledge and the Kakariko checks. We've got arrows on the bush crabs, nothing of note there. Scupula getting another tree pull, and that one is arrows. I believe that's the tier... It's either the 1 or the 2. All right, we're getting our first look at the Lumberjack ledge here, and it is a power bomb tank. Not going to be considered at the moment. And Uncle Check's not appearing to reveal anything of extreme significance at the moment either. Although it looks like we did get a bomb drop. So enemies are dropping bombs this time around. We get some missiles in the Lost Woods. And it looks like another tree pull. I believe that's the tier 1, and that is bombs. So yeah, definitely some good tree pulls for our runners today. Nitorific's even taking a double dip of that tree pull to get a full refill almost before going to Kakariko. Very wisely planning ahead there. Scupula picks up an energy tank in the Thieves' Hideout. Energy tanks most certainly welcome, especially in hard logic. For those not in the know with regards to logic, the hard logic refers mainly to Super Metroid, in the sense that some Super Metroid hard level tricks may be required, such as Gravity Suitless Meridia and Various Suitless Magmore. I'm sorry, Magmore's Metroid Prime. Various Suitless Lower North Air. Sorry, we had Metroid Prime yesterday. Same music, though. And with regards to Varia Suitless Norfair, that is mainly referring to Upper Norfair, specifically Ice Beam, Crocomire, and Bubble Mountain. Now we get our first treasure trove here in Blind's Hideout, which has a second energy tank, another bomb capacity upgrade, a heart piece, and a red boomerang. No, I'm doing good, chat. I've got my, I just haven't had a chance to have a sip of my soda yet. I'm getting there. All right, that being said, nothing of extreme note, nothing of extreme note yet in Blind's Hideout. The red boomerang is good for checking the stun prize. That's about it. We do get some money to buy from the bottle vendor, which both runners definitely are going to do. All right, yep, early game money, not an issue. Could do with a little bit more cash for Zora, but that's currently out of logic until flippers or gloves show up. But hey ho, there's our bow in the well. All right, so we've got early bow, so that definitely does scream early Eastern Palace. And to these runners, they will most likely do Lampless Eastern if the opportunity presents itself, especially since it's a crystal. No sense in not getting that out of the way now, of course. But, of course, logical priorities. We're going to probably see our runners do a South Shore sweep before heading right into Eastern. Nice good half a dozen items or so over there. Even more then. All right, missiles in the back of the tavern. All right, so Samus is going to have quite a nice chunk of missiles going back into Zebes, but currently she's not packing a Morph Ball. We've also found a second Power Bomb tank on the bottle vendor, so... Ooh, that's a sword. Boots locked in the library. I like where this is going. We're going to get a blind check of the race game by Scupula. Given that we haven't really seen a whole lot of items and there's no real indication of where to go that we'll be able to full clear besides maybe Eastern Palace, I can understand this. And it ends up being worth, that is a Moon Pearl. Wouldn't call that trash, but definitely going to be picked up by both runners immediately here. And it looks like we're seeing Scupula go directly in the direction of Eastern, deciding to skip the South Shore play. Yeah, there's a grand total of 6 items in this area, the 3 in Sahasra's Closet and the 3 in Eastern Palace. And seeing as we already know the green pendant is in Desert, Scupula not interested in giving Sahasra a little chat. In the closet, we get 20 bucks, missiles, and 50 bucks. So, all right, so money starting to come to life here after Bottle Vendor, but nothing that's going to immediately shatter things and get us ready for Zora anytime soon. Now, that being said, looks like Scupula is going to make the Eastern Palace dip now. Ooh, our stun prize from the Armos was fairies. That's a really good stun prize. All right, looks like Scoop is trying to... I don't know if that was an attempt to get a tree pull or not. I'm not sure which of those statues is one. Oops. All right, so Scoop's going to go ahead and trek on through Eastern here. Again, 3 items in up for grabs here, although there's a good chance 1 or 2 of them is out of logic behind Lamp. And okay, this is not a Metroid Dread Seed. We got Morph Ball nice and early in Sphere 0. So with Morph Ball and the Power Bombs we have found just by themselves, there's already a very significant number of checks available in Super Metroid, especially in the Brinstar region. Perfectly in logic Morph Ball, no less. Nice early big key as well. So big chest not lamp locked today. Nidorific taking it a little easy, making sure to not get utterly rolled over by the giant Indiana Jones ball in this corridor. And we've seen at least one power bomb. We've seen a power bomb tank on Lake Hylia Island, as well as the one we picked up from Bottle Vendor. I don't recall if the uncle had extra power bombs. I don't think so. But yeah, with only 5 power bombs, Brinstar is doable, just not particularly comfortably. In many cases, runners would like to have 10 or more. There was a power bomb tank on Lumberjack Ledge, but our runners are not going back for that, especially since one of the swords are currently boots locked in the library. Alright, and the big chest did have an energy tank, so that is now 2 items in Eastern, but the remaining item is out of logic until Lamp shows up. That being said, Scoop is just going to go ahead and proceed through the dark rooms anyway. Now, we've seen 3 energy tanks at this point, so with various suitless Norfair, we have access to Ice Beam and Crocomire. We need 2 more energy tanks, or reserve tanks, or any combination of the 2, for logical access to Bubble Mountain with this equipment. At least as far as energy tanks are concerned. And given that Scoop is on 3 hearts, he is electing to not take any chances here and just disperse the anti-fairies as intended. It gets awarded with a compass, so therefore the item is on Armos Knights for our 3rd item here. Nidorific also, unfortunately, does not have the luxury of being able to tank the anti-fairies, and is therefore going to also perform this room intentionally. Thankfully, Bo does make this room relatively cozy by comparison. There's the Igor. Yoo-hoo, Igor. There you go. Uh-oh. And Scoop looks like he got overtaken by a couple of... I mean, who knows what he got overtaken by in that room. But yeah, after 1 KO there, Scoopula is going to bow out of Eastern for now. Did get the small key, though, as Miss Metroid points out, so that is going to be an advantage later getting back through the dungeon. No need to have to double dip it, or have to kill the Igor statue, rather, a second time. Looks like Nidorific didn't manage to make it through either, but is continuing to give it a shot. And Scoop's going to go ahead and get the Uncle items now. It seems like the bow is going to be our primary weapon for now, given that bush crabs have arrows, one of the tree pulls has the tier 2 tree pull has arrows. So yeah, bow definitely both of our runners' primary weapon for the time being as they continue to sort things out for now. Those bomb capacity upgrades definitely coming in handy for Nidorific as he's now packing 17 bombs. Scoopula not far behind with a whopping 15. But we are going to see the Hyrule Castle play out of Scoopula. There are a couple of items in Logic here. Well, actually, the only item in Logic right now is the first chest, depending on what's in it. If we see a key, we can keep going. If we see a lamp, then it's full clearable. All right, Hyrule Castle chest is a missile pack, so therefore the remainder of this dungeon is out of logic until either lamp or glove show up and we see that key. All right, Scubula's starting to run out of ammo with that bug. Terrific took another KO going through Eastern Palace. Alright, more missiles in Hyrule Castle. Nidourific being real stubborn with this Eastern Palace and electing to take a third try at it. Alright, so yeah, Nito has the key. So yeah, again, both runners at least trying to make sure they can get the key before trudging through the dungeon. Not having a sword as extra light is a little bit of a pain in the backside too, but Scupula using all that remaining bit of bow ammo there to get the final blow on the guard, and unfortunately only gets a map for his troubles, so we're pretty much looking for either a lamp or a glove to be able to check the rest of the stuff here. Now, given that we have already seen the map, there are now 3 items remaining in Hyrule Castle. Looks like Scoop is going for Dark Cross anyway. Wow, Nidourific putting the Ice Rod to use here in order to make his way through that dark room. Well done. Although down to half a heart, has to be a little careful here. I do not believe Nito is aware that the stun prize is a fairy right now. That was a little bit of a tight squeeze there. Very necessary heart refill picked up by Nito. And in the meantime, we're going to see Dark Cross here. And it is a big rupee jackpot, which definitely is not going to go amiss for Zora. But yeah, Nidourific is now in position to take the first crystal and draw first blood here tonight. Unfortunately, not in a great position to get the quick kill, so is just going to improvise here. Gets another 3 hundo out of the Armos Knight, so we've seen 2 out of 4 3 hundos. And that's going to give Nidourific the Zora cash too. And with that cash in tow, Scoop is now going to go ahead and start making the South Shore play. Probably water walk it into Zora's domain as well. We get a bug catching net with an energy tank, a second pack of power bombs, X-ray scope, and a bottle. So all the utility items showing up there in Mini Moldorm Cave. Some good stuff, and especially since our stun prize is fairies, with bug net and a bottle, that is going to be a very good emergency backup resource that Scupula may consider start using in a minute, given that we still have a bit of a health problem, although Scupula is now getting pestered by bees. And the boomerang doesn't work. Ouch. I'm surprised Scoop didn't use the bug net on that. Alright, so with Nidourific drawing first blood here on Armos Knights, Scoop is going to actually go back into Super Metroid via Lake Hylia. And we now get to see Captain Captain Novalin, is that how it's pronounced? Chat, you're better at this one than I am. But yeah, that Nova Lynn, okay. All right, Nito wanted that arrow drop real quick before picking up Mini Moldorm Cave. Yeah, interesting Scupula not doing a hard reset to get back to the ship to get back here. All right, Bomb Chorizo contains a red rupee. You can pick this up as long as you don't have bombs. I don't think the fight starts. Nitorific also getting pestered by the exact same bee. Oh, it's a new change. You fight if you pick it up. Okay. Thank you, chat, for keeping me up to date. All right, Nitorific still doesn't, I don't think, know about the Fairy Stun prize. The bottle does give us the ability to check Sick Kit as well, so that's another check in the Light World we have available to us. But yeah, without a whole lot of Link to the Past goodies, this is actually pretty much where the Light World dip ends. So it does seem that the better play now is to return to Super Metroid and start cracking away at stuff. We're going to see Scupula do a continuous wall jump to get up to Gauntlet, perfectly in logic in the hard difficulty. Oh wait, no. I get my wall jump types mixed up. But yeah, that single wall jump is definitely in logic in hard difficulty. Delayed wall jumps. Okay, thank you, chat. Again, my Super Metroid trickery knowledge is a little behind the bandwagon, so thanks for keeping me straight here. That being said, we've got a heart piece in the front of Gauntlet. We're going to get another check of the back. Thankfully, with 4 energy tanks, even on power suits, still this isn't too bad. Let's see. Nitorific, on the other hand, is fake flippered over to check Bridge Guy. Was given a power bomb tank, which is definitely not going to go amiss before entering the rest of Brinstar, but unfortunately, we're still running on Power Beam. That's not something you want to see right now. That's a magic cape in the back of Gauntlet. We do know where a sword is, but that plus a lamp would be enough to put us on pace for AGA 1 just for Dark World access. Now, that being said, we're still also logically looking for a lamp and boots for that sword. But we're going to see Nitorific do a water walk here, courtesy of the Moon Pearl in tow, to get the pair of items in Waterfall Fairy, and we get a mirror and a heart container. So we have a Flipper's Locked mirror today. And on Zora Ledge, we have, I believe that is our 5th energy tank. So perfect, out of logic energy tank, but it is a 5th nonetheless. So definitely going to have some logical implications for Bubble Mountain once Flippers show up. And with all the money in tow, Nitorific's going to go ahead and pay King Zora immediately here. Just get that out of the way, and gets rewarded with 3 bombs, which at least don't go to waste thanks to the capacity upgrades. All right, looks like Nito is trying to avoid taking an accidental KO here, but here on Speed Booster Bridge, we don't see any items of significant value here. And Nito is actually going to attempt the, I believe it's called the Ancillastrats, in order to get the fake flipper and pick up the energy tank here. Very well done. And that's going to be Nitorific's, I believe that is Nitorific's 5th energy tank, yeah. Although it looks like Scoopula found a 5th energy tank while we weren't looking, so... Looks like we might be seeing some very astute-less Norfair today, folks. Super Metroid-wise, we're still very... We don't have any major items. We're pretty much just running on Morph and Power Bombs for now. No beam upgrades. A good handful of missiles. Vanilla E-Tank and Terminator, okay. Alright, and on Edecoons today we have the Fire Rod. Now, we're not running on Advanced Link to the Past logic where Fire Rod is considered a light source, but that is still a very welcome item to have. Not just for a couple of dungeons, but also as an advanced heavy-duty weapon, which we're still currently lacking in A Link to the Past. But yeah, by itself, Fire Rod unfortunately currently does nothing. Once we do get Dark World access, Fire Rod, though, will give us the ability to basically full clear Skull Woods in one go. Alright, we're coming up on the checks here in Big Pink. And we find another heart container. So, alright, our Link to the Past health scenario is finally coming to life a bit here. Quite literally. And Mission Impossible gives us more missiles. Definitely one of our slower starts here. The nice thing, though, is once we do get Dark World access and Flippers, the seed is going to explode a little bit. Courtesy of the mirror that has already been found by Nidorific. And the fact that we've got both rods already. Both rods known. Alright, Scoopula getting the Spore Spawn skip second try. And for this, we are awarded with another red rupee. Scoop is just going to go ahead here and farm up some extra munitions, probably looking for a power bomb. Although, unfortunately, a chance of these enemies dropping a power bomb is pretty much as likely as you'll get a power bomb in Metroid Prime 1 when you're looking for one. This is some really lousy RNG that Scoopula's having. Unless power bombs just flat out can't drop in this room, but I think if they can drop, it's a very, very low chance. The Super Metroid drop system, folks. Oh, there's one. All right, we're going to see the wave gate skip here on Scoopula's side. Gets its second try. Well done. For this, he is awarded with a heart piece. Is electing to pick it up due to the health issues he experienced earlier in Eastern Palace. Decides not want to take that chance. Meteorific, in the meantime, finishing up the pink Brinstar checks alongside Scoopula. So should be catching up here in just a moment. But staying in A Link to the Past a little longer has netted him mirror and an extra energy tank to play with. Alright, nothing of extreme note at Charge Beam by the looks of it. And Scoop's gonna try again to get a Power Bomb here. Nino, on the other hand, just burned his last Super Missile for Spore Spawn skip. So is gonna have to farm again to grab one. That being said, Nino does have his super necessary to get out and just picked up another one for that matter, so all good to go on his end. Decides to grab a few more supers for safety. Yeah, Scoopula still going for this power bomb, deciding to not go to, like, Fire Flea Room, for example, where power bomb drops are virtually guaranteed. And yep, looks like he's decided to abandon that for now. And decides to wall jump over here to get the items up in this neck of the woods. And we're going to finally see what Vanilla Morph Ball has. This has been in logic since the beginning. Alright, first check to the side of Morph Ball, we get missiles. And Morph Ball is a power bomb tank. Scoop probably not happy to see that. That being said, Scoop is going to make do with what he has and continue on through Blue Brinstar. And it looks like, due to all that power bomb farming, though, Nidourific has caught up quite nicely and is basically just a couple of checks now behind Scoopula. We're going to see what's up here in the hidden Retro Bryn E-Tank, and it's another 3 hundo, immediately followed by some missiles. So definitely money no longer an issue for A Link to the Past. We've now seen 3 out of 4 3 hundos. Alright, Billy Mays has both missiles and screw attack. That is going to be a very welcome item for Super Metroid at the moment, especially considering our current armaments are still quite light. That's pretty much our first truly heavy Super Metroid-related weapon at this point. All right, with that said, Screw Attack does do us a couple of favors, especially around clearing walls and stuff, saving on power bombs. So it's just a little mild optimization item to have as well. Helps for checking Old Mother Brain, for example, which provides us with another red rupee that we pretty much don't need anymore. Scupula not interested in checking climb supers at this time. Is instead just going to climb the main shaft. Scoop definitely thinking about what to do here. Unfortunately, with no link to the past, extra link to the past items, realizing Fire Rod is pretty useless in this logic by itself, without Dark World access specifically, decides to skip a link to the past for now. Nidourific is going to check Climb Supers here, discover what's over there, but unfortunately it is currently locked by Speed Booster. And it's another bomb capacity upgrade. Alright, so yeah, with this equipment, pretty much the only stop we can make at the moment is Red Tower. Although, I believe we can see WJ to wreck ship as well. Did either runner check Green Hill Zone? I believe so, yes. Alright, we've got an energy tank in the moat. And yeah, it looks like Scoop is not going to go to wreck ship, or at least going to try and get a better wind-up here. Yeah, he's going to try and get a better wind-up. Ooh, doesn't get the jump. But yeah, we're kind of low on options here. The seed's looking pretty linear at the moment. Although, once we do get Dark World access, things will explode a little bit. Alright, looks like Scoop is electing to abandon the play to wreck ship for now and is instead going to go dip Red Tower. Nidourific very hot on his heels, though. Alright, first item under the fake Venusaur is 50 bucks. Alright, we're now going to see Alpha and Beta Power Bombs. Nope, Scoopula getting a little chomped there by a real Venusaur. First item is 20 bucks. Second item is a heart container. All right, so again, Link to the Past looking nice and healthy now, but it's really not what we're looking for at this point. All right, Nidourific is going for the jump to wreck ship here. Ooh, definitely got the hit on the wall, but didn't get the jump. Yeah, and again, chat, this is hard logic, so this stuff could be required. We will see if and when our runners get to wreck ship. Unfortunately, Nidourific seems to be going a little too far and accidentally entering the door. Ooh, no jump there from Nito. Not a whole lot left in Red Tower here, just a couple more items. We're going to be seeing, I believe this is going to be Spazer. Unfortunately, Nitorific's starting to burn the same kind of daylight that Scoop did, farming the power bombs, but gets the wall jump into Rex ship. Well done. Yeah, Nito deciding to turn off Screw Attack because that does actually help with jumping. Alright, we get power bombs in Spazer, so nothing of importance there, although power bomb's not an unwelcome sight. There is Hookshot. Underwater in Rex ship. That is a very welcome item to see on Nitorific's side. That being said, I don't think that opens up anything in A Link to the Past right now. I unfortunately could not see what the Kraid reward, or the Dragon reward was, rather. Chat's saying it was a Metroid boss token. Thank you, chat. Chat does bring up a good point. Although, can we get to... Yeah, I assume we can get to... Norfair Business Center without Variasuit, no problem. So yeah, if we can do that, then yes, we have access to East Death Mountain. That being said, though, Scoopula's going to get his first Metroid kill on the board. Nitorific possibly following suit. I don't know what the boss reward is here, but we'll find out in a second. If Nitorific's going for it, it must be either a boss token or a crystal. Either way, this still also unlocks the rest of Rex ship, so in Fantoon's case especially, you pretty much just have to do this. Ooh, Scoopula misses a missile impact, but thankfully that does not force Kraid to stand up. That being said, we are going to have a dance anyway. And with no bombs, unfortunately, Scoop can't do the quick... Oh, wait, wrong game. Alright, so Kraid was a crystal. A blue crystal. And we're awarded with an energy tank. So that's 2 out of 3 Super Metroid boss... 2 out of 4, rather, Super Metroid bosses required. We're about to see number 3. With Fantoon. Nitorific gets the Super Missile hit. And Fantoon's boss reward is... Vanilla. Lol. Alright, Kraid's energy tank is missiles. Alright, now, I don't recall if a jump upgrade is required for Spiky Room of Death here. But we're still going to see what is in Rex ship regardless. So we get some super missiles, which not going to go amiss given that right now, super missile-wise, we're actually quite starved here. We do see the Norfair Business Center play now from Scoop, though, so we are going to see a couple more items. We're going to see a little bit of Death Mountain. Not a whole lot we can do. There's a grapple beam in Rex ship. Kroggemeyer is containing a glove. So both runners seeing things I'm pretty sure they don't want to see. And number one is that we need to do Croc, and B, Grapple Beam is a pretty important tool for suitless Meridia. Ooh, there's another big pickup from Scoopula. We got Cane of Samaria at high jump. That is definitely something our runners want to see early, especially with the fact that we now have Cane and both rods known to us. All right, so Nidorific got a Power Bomb jump to get into Spiky Room of Death. Well done. Suitless, this is still kind of a dangerous room. The spikes, the falling ones especially, do a ridiculous amount of damage. Scoop electing to take a safety save here, just in case, because it looks like he might be considering Croc for that glove in a minute. Chad is saying we still need a jump assist for Cathedral in order to get the Croc for the glove. So this is becoming real interesting. It's looking like we're going to be getting a jump assist sooner rather than later, but we are going to check Ice Beam in the meantime. This is perfectly in logic with hard difficulty, with only 3 energy tanks, no less. So more than enough energy on that department. Scoopula going to be picking up another very welcome sight of some extra power bombs. And Nidorific is electing to not check Wreck Ship. Oh, never mind. Is going to check Wreck Ship. Is going to check Wreck Ship Reserve real quick. X-Ray Scope does make this a little bit easier. All right, Crumble Tower has a red rupee. And Scoop, with that safety save taken in the vicinity of the business center, is just going to go ahead and reset. All right, Top of Wreck Ship only had missiles. We're now going to see what's in missiles in the sky and what are missiles buried in the earth after we check Wreck Ship Reserve. And let's see, Wreck Ship Reserve is a super missile pack, nothing of extreme note at the moment. Looks like Scoop is going to check Death Mountain in the meantime. The only item in logic here is actually just at the bottom of Spectacle Rock at the moment. And up top, we have a heart piece, but in missiles in the earth, we've got supers in the earth, we've got half magic. Definitely not an unwelcome link to the past utility upgrade. I did miss what was in Spectacle Rock, though, so I'm going to take another look on the Twitch playback. It was the Book of Medora. We're still... we have a fire source, actually, so guess what? That is a perfectly in-logic book and a perfectly in-logic green pendant, folks. Well, wait a minute. No, we're still looking for a glove. We've seen a glove, but... right now, we're still looking for a jump assist to get it. All right, we're checking missiles in the sky here, and it's a blue rupee. Does the book do us any other favors? It gets us into desert, which that could be just a quick in and out, depending on if its boots locked. But that being said, Nidorific's next stop is to go check the bowling alley. Nothing Grapple Beam can't solve here. We can peek Ether Tablet with Book, yeah, but until we get Master Sword, which, again, we know one sword is currently boots locked on the library. And rescuing the old man only gives us missiles, so yeah, Scoop unfortunately not finding a whole lot of good stuff with this quick dip into Death Mountain. We're going to really see the meat of Death Mountain after Hookshot shows up and Nidourific goes to the East Death Mountain neighborhood. We're just going to get a quick peek here at what is in the bowling alley. And it is... Oh, never mind. There's 2 more Gonk droids in the way. It is Space Jump. That's our jump assist, folks. That means we have a perfectly in-logic glove, and that means that book and desert is now in play. Assuming it's not boots locked. This seed is looking pretty trash so far, gotta say. Space Jump in the wreck ship bowling alley with Power Glove behind it. Yeah, Nidourific is gonna see that and then probably go for it immediately. We can also now get Crateria Power Bombs courtesy of that Space Jump, so yeah, that's a big boost for Nidourific. Yeah, not a get-wreck ship today, that's for sure. Hookshot, Space Jump, Half Magic, there was some good stuff in wreck ship for a change. Alright, we're getting our first look at Agina's Cave. This has been left behind for a while, but it's just a nope tank. Now, Scoop does have a little bit of time here to catch on to the Hookshot kerfuffle, given that Nidourific is probably going to clear Red Bridstar on the way to Norfair. But that being said, we're probably going to get our first dip into Desert Palace here. From Scoopula. We'll see if it is boots locked. We'll check the item here on the ledge, and it is Plasma Beam. Our first beam upgrade of Super Metroid. Only took almost an hour. But that is definitely one of the first beams you want to see. Just for the raw power increase. And now we got a moment of truth here. Is Desert Palace boots locked? We'll find out after we can get away from this sand trap. Now, there's a key, so we can go to the right side. No need for boots just yet. To answer your question, chat, yes, for the full microwave, we are looking for, at the very least, charge beam. Extra beams would be preferable, but X-ray plus plasma does help. And there's our big key, so the boss and green pendant are not boots locked today. Progression on Sahasrara, anybody? Scoopula deciding to save and quit without checking the big chest or getting Plasma Beam. Or the torch, for that matter. Needs a glove for the back, but didn't check the big Oh, hey, there's a sword. Scoop missed that. Interesting. Scoop decided not to go for X-ray. So we've had a sword we know about. We have a cape. Ugh. Hammer on Pyramid Ledge, chat? It's it's getting close to that possibility if we find a lamp. Scoop didn't have grappler space jump, that's right. Yeah, right, you need grappler space for that. Yikes, so yeah, Nidourific making the choice to push for wreck ship early is definitely working in his favor right now. Oop, Scoop took a little bit of a crab hit there. Can't take another one. Nobody's checked Sick Kid after the Moldorm Cave bottle. Oop, not quite in the pixel range for the fake flipper. Gets it second try. That is true. With Hookshot, we can get to West Dark World courtesy of hooking across the river that way. So yeah, there's a potential for AGA 1 for Dark World access here. Scoop is just finding all the Power Bomb packs after desperately needing them back in Pink Brinstar. Yeah, bit unfortunate. So, yeah, so with Glove and Pearl, yeah, we still need a lamp. We either need a lamp, the other glove, or a hammer for Dark World access. Alright, Scoopula picking up that mirror now. And is electing to get a green potion off of Waterfall Fairy here. In SMZ3, the fairy refills are always green potions. Furthermore, all bottles will always be empty on pickup. Alright, Scoop sees the energy tank. I don't think, given the number of E-tanks that Scoop has, that he's going to go for the Ancilla strats to get that. But we might get surprised. I'm down for pleasant surprises. Yeah, with the mirror in tow, Nidorific after getting to Upper Death Mountain could do Hera out of logic. That being said, I'm a little bit I'm starting to wonder where Flippers are hiding, because I'm starting to think that might be our way forward here. Because that would put the mirror into logic, it would put Hera into logic. Nito is going to go ahead and get this Cane of Samaria here. Yep, sees it and realizes, yep, I need that. If not for Misery Mire and Turtle Rock, then definitely for Right Side GT when we cross that bridge later. Alright, we are getting our Sick Kid chick, so that bottle we've had for a while gives us missiles. Thanks, game. Not helping. Alright, so Nito is done with checking that. Is looking for... Oh, it's just reforming the bridge here to go and... Actually, I'm not sure what Nito just did there. Oh, Nito is going into Death Mountain without checking Crocomire. Ooh, so he does not know about the glove. Oh, never... Oh, chat's saying he saw it. Never mind. My bad. All right, so Scupula is going for revenge on Eastern Palace. Oh, Nito has stopped for a minute. Probably thinking about how to go about this because, yeah, there's options. There's either go get Glove and check Croc, go do East Death Mountain. Probably, yeah, looks like it's going to be check Spectacle Rock first. It's going to see that book and grab it. Still can't get the items off Ether Tablet without another sword upgrade, but can read it. But yeah, with Fire Rod in tow, Scupula is going for Eastern Palace revenge here. Yeah, the Eastern Palace gave both of our runners a lot of trouble here on the first pass. No extra hearts, just a bow, green mail, no light source. All the typical stuff that makes Eastern Palace a pain in the backside. To answer your question, chat, Fire Rod was on... Fire Rod was in early in Brinstar somewhere. Oh, hang on. We got our Dark World map check. Turtle Rock is a pendant. Go figure. Our other pendant is Thieves Town. And our remaining 5-6 crystals are in Pod and Swamp. So we do absolutely need flippers today. And we also have got a Super Metroid boss both on Skull Woods and Ice Palace. Ice Rod was pretty free today. It was Sphere Zero and Sanctuary. Nitorific rather discovers that there is some couch cash on the Ether Tablet. All right, Nito is going to do the Hera dip. Does not have a fire source yet. Nito has not picked up Fire Rod. Oh, wait, no, Nito has picked up Fire Rod. My bad, my bad. So yeah, Nito does have a fire source, but is electing to Hera pot anyway. Just hoping that the big key, there's not an item in the big key, or rather that the big chest itself doesn't have an item. So yeah, Turtle Rock being a pendant, and the fact that we almost have the ability to clear it out. That's the map and compass. So actually, Nito must have gotten the big key, and there must be something in the big key chest. Oops. Guess we're going down there eventually. So... this is a very interesting scenario we have here with Desert being a pendant, and the ability to get the pendant in Thieves Town without Hammer. Because, yeah, the only reason we would need Hammer is to check the big chest. We might actually have something important on pedestal, and that could very well include flippers. Because I'm trying to think, what's stopping us from Dark Death Mountain right now? Second Glove is the obvious one. medallions. Hammer. Yeah, this seat is shaping up to be a bad time. I mean, it's already bad enough of a time with wreck ship CWJ at the rate we're going pretty much required. Oh, Nidourific did not get the invincibility pixel there, so is going to have to do this the hard way. So does not get that coffee break. Scupula's going for it right away this time, though, and we do know there is an item down here. And it is a heart piece. Nidourific probably saying, well, that was a tremendous waste of time, and decides to move on, and we're now going to see those East Death Mountain checks. Uh-oh. Scoop taking a few too many more hits than I think he'd like at this point. But yeah, quite a lot we can do here. And Scoop going for the hard reset here to return to Super Metroid. We get rupees and a reserve tank down in the bottom, and we're now going to see what's up at the top. Not quite sure where Scoop is going from here. But upper Paradox Cave gets us another Nope tank, Ice Beam, Heart Container, and the Hammer. Now we're getting somewhere, chat. We do now have known Dark World access, courtesy of the glove on Crocomire. Is this any percent? No, this is a randomizer. So the items are all spread out, and our runners are looking to collect the 7 crystals and defeat and get 4 Super Metroid boss tokens, which are shuffled among the Link to the Past and Super Metroid bosses. And they must defeat Ganon and Mother Brain in order to win. But yeah, right now, Nidourific definitely has the advantage right now, courtesy of the decision to dip wrecked ship earlier, which has resulted in Nidourific picking up Grapple Beam and Space Jump, which are both useful enough to be getting a Power Glove, which is behind Crocomire right now. And it should be noted, we don't have a suit. We're still running on Power Suit for Samus. That being said, it looks like Scupula is realizing something has gone wrong and is going to start making that wreck ship play now. Looks like Ridley's got a crystal. But we knew that already, actually. Blue crystal at that, too. Since we know where the red ones are already, they are in Pod and Swamp. Oh dear. So yeah, now Nidourific is going to continue, is going to run through and do all the Norfair checks. Is going to go get the Crocomire glove. We'll see what else is down there. There's still a few more goodies here. But yeah, it should, and again, folks, on hard difficulty, this continuous wall jump is in logic. But yeah, we can pretty much do all of the Variolus again, sorry, Metroid Prime experience kicking in. Variolus Norfair stuff here. So yeah, Bubble Mountain is definitely in play with Space Jump, especially. That's a pretty big clue. All right, Nito has reset here. Did take a safety save in Norfair though, so is not going to be reset to the ship here. A little fun fact about the combo rando is that when you do a transition between games, you do automatically save. And if you hard reset the game after doing so, you will always respawn in the Super Metroid landing site on the ship. But yeah, this is why we basically need a jump assist right here in the cathedral. That tiny little gap right there. Scoop is having a very hard time with this continuous wall jump, unfortunately. Alright, so Nitorific has made it to Bubble Mountain and is taking another safety save. Where's the grapple? It is right past this continuous wall jump in the sunken area outside Rex ship. And Space Jump is on the bowling alley, further inside Rex ship. So, yeah, right now this is basically hard required. We found our final rupee jackpot, though. It was in Upper Norfair or Bubble Mountain Reserve. Oh, wait, the grapple beam was in the middle of Rex ship, not underwater. Underwater was the hook shot. Thank you, chat. But yeah, hook shot's in Rex ship, too. So, right now, Rex ship literally has everything. At least everything needed to crack this seed wide open. So what are we still looking for here? We're looking for flippers. We're not looking for Pegasus boots at the minute, but we do know there is a sword on the library, so we could be going back for that if we need to. Either that or we're hunting through GT looking for it when that time comes. Alright, Nito is doing a Crystal Flash here to recover after taking a little bit too much more damage than I'm sure he'd like. That would be a mushroom that Nitorific has just discovered here, so he's going to pick that up real fast. Ooh, yeah, because the thing with, for those not familiar with what the continuous wall jumps are, basically you have to get a wall jump from the other side of the pedestal here, other side of this column, as you pass by it. So this is a very tough trick to do. But yeah, Nitorific is in the wave beam vicinity here, so is going to go ahead and check that. And it's a light shield. Ooh, not enough speed on Scoop's end there. All right, Nito's next stop is going to be to Speed Booster. Ooh, again, gripped the wall but didn't get the jump. right, up here in Speed Booster, we've got another set of missiles. We're definitely not doing too bad on missiles. We're in the triple digits now. And the single arrow of destiny. That being said, Nito's got to punch it here. Is running a little low on health. Does have the reserve tanks, but even still. But that being said, Nitorific's just going to go ahead and farm up. Did Nito just get a powerbomb drop from that? Goodness gracious. Drop system is just trolling people today. Scoop is starting to run out of power bombs here, too. Now, granted, that's as easy as running back to the ship and getting a refill thanks to Screw Attack, but even still. But yeah, nothing of extreme note found in Bubble Mountain. Spook can reset as well. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, Spook is definitely going to know after picking up Hook and Grapple and Space Jump especially that things have definitely gone wrong. Is most likely going to be playing pretty aggressively later on, knowing full well that he's behind. Because this is going to be, not only is this a tough trick to burn a lot of time in, but it's also for last locationing progression at this point. All right, Nitorific is going in the direction of Croc now. For Scoop, this is a hard last location, yes. Something that Nitorific did to make this easier is that Nitorific actually disabled Screw Attack. I'm wondering if Scoop would consider doing that. Oh wait, no, Scoop, does Scoop have Screw Attack disabled? No, Scoop does not have Screw Attack disabled. But yeah, we already do know Croc has Profit because he is guarding a Power Glove. Be hilarious if Grapple has another glove. But yeah, unfortunately, there is no item nearby that will be able to save Scoop from this trick. Alright, so we find some missiles, nothing of importance there. So at this point, Link to the Past is wide open. With Hammer, Incoming Glove, Moon Pearl, there is a lot Nitorific is going to be able to check. Is going to be able to full clear Pendant Thieves Town, full clear Skull Woods. Could clear Pendant Pod without a lamp. It's perfectly doable. Just out of logic for the most part. There we go. Scoop finally gets the CWJ. And with that, Grapple is a arrow capacity upgrade, and Scoop is going to receive Hook Shot immediately. Nothing of importance above Grapple, and this is going to be Nito heading back for Glove. All right, Scoop is now making his way into Rex ship and is going to fight Fantoon for the boss token as well as the space jump and grapple beam. Won't say no to the half magic, I'm sure, either. Where was Hammer and Ice Beam? They were both in Upper Paradox Cave. So they were locked directly by that hook shot. And currently Mirror is unavailable, logically unavailable to us because it was found in Waterfall Ferry. So it is locked by Flippers, which right now, given the way things are going, there is a non-zero chance Flippers can be on the pedestal. But that being said, Nita with Glove in tow has a lot of thinking to do. Is deciding to go back up the mountain here. I believe this is a Spike Cave play. Yes. Yeah, with Glove, with Hammer and Cape. Those are the two items. Spike Cave is perfectly in logic, especially with half magic. I think you're either expected to have a lot of hearts, half magic, or a bottle to be able to do this. So yeah, plenty of items available for Niterific to make this work. And Spike Cave has another shield. But yes, we have now enjoyed our Super Metroid side of things for a while, but now we're going to get to see a lot of Link to the Past, courtesy of Niterific's Dark World access. It's going to go with a South Dark World opener here. And going straight for Hype Cave. Right now, if you're Chad, you want to see some hype for a pedestal, you want to see this be another glove and a medallion or two. Alright, well, so far, nothing in Hype Cave whatsoever. Just a lot of weapon upgrades. Yeah, that's 0 out of 10 hype. I mean, sure, the super missiles are nice, but that's about it. And yeah, that's the grapple for Scoop. He is not happy to see that. Scoop, my friend, it's only going to get worse. Wait until you get to the bowling alley. All right, though out of logic, we are going to get a peek at the Bombos tablet here. And the Bombos tablet says it's some kind of flying bomb, which means it's just missiles. Scoop also going for the power bomb jump for Spiky Room of Death here. Gets it third try, well done. All right, so Niterific is taking advantage of that fairy stun prize and just getting a safety fairy now. And, all right, so we're now going to see Stumpy alongside Cave 45. and it's money. So yeah, chat, we're still looking for quite a lot of stuff here. Charge Beam would be nice for Super Metroid for final bosses. But not necessarily required. We do eventually need Varia and Gravity. It is not expected that you fight Dragon or Ridley without it, and they are required since they have either crystals or boss tokens. Nothing of importance in K45, but another heart piece will not go amiss considering we are still on green mail, which even with 11 hearts, it can still be kind of dangerous. We are also still looking for Titan's mitts. We might need Pegasus boots for a second sword if we can't find the other two. Flute we might be able to get away without, but that is going to depend on how we get to Lower Norfair. But hey ho, one dig for a heart, for a missile pack rather? When do you get that kind of RNG? Alright, so Nito's doing a quick mirror back to the light world. I believe this is a sick kid check, along with a... this might be a prep for fake powder and hammerpeg cave. Yeah, this is going to be a fake powder. This little TLDR with this trick is that with the mushroom in your inventory, because that's where powder also normally goes, if you use cane with your magic depleted, and then switch to the mushroom, the game will for some reason treat it as powder usage. Like so. And with this, Magic Bat curses us with... super missiles. Okay. Unfortunately, the living elevators here not doing a whole lot of favors for Scoop at the moment. But with this, Nito is going to make the play into Village of Outcast and Skull Woods, two perfectly clearable dungeons at the moment with this equipment. We may even see with Mirror and Book a ped check following Skull Woods. Which I would certainly not be amiss to. But, yeah, again, chat, there's a non-zero chance that the majority of the items we seek at this point, especially flippers and possibly even Pegasus boots, can be on the pedestal. So we'll see if it's Oops All Dungeons. Now, if it's Oops All Dungeons, at the very least, we almost have the equipment to get whatever's on pedestal. We're only looking for Titan's Mitts and a medallion at this point, if that's the case. Do boots lock desert? They do not. They do lock a sword, though, and we only have seen one other sword. All right, we're getting our Skull Woods checks here. We get our first key. Only 2 items in Skull Woods, so not very a lucrative dungeon for item collection, but it is a crystal. It does need to be done anyway. Scoop, on the other hand, is about to get the very bad news that this wreck ship was, in fact, not only continuous wall jump locked, but also loaded with a capital L. Scoopula about to get extremely frustrated in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But is going to check Wreck Ship Reserve anyway. Since he did not do that, so that's what the power bomb was for. Although it was probably also doubled as a rage power bomb. Ooh, is having some trouble getting up here. But yeah, Wreck Ship Reserve, so far, nothing coming out of the speed booster checks yet. We might be able to get away without it this seed, depending on what we're still looking for. But yeah, that's going to do it for this Wreck Ship dive for Scupula. He's now going to go get Power Glove. Or check East Death Mountain. At this point, it's either or, but we do... I should say, he definitely knows about the glove. So yeah, Scoop is ready to get on track here. In the meantime, we are going to see another fairy refill from Nito. Yeah, definitely fairy stunt prize, a big help today. Now for this, if nothing else, even though the seed is trash, the tree pulls and stunt prizes have both been pretty good. I think we had bombs as our tier 1 tree pull and big 20s as our tier 3. So the runners had that going for them nice and early, but the fairy stunt prize is a very big plus. But yeah, with Fire Rod and Extended Magic, this is basically a joke. Second half of Skullwoods. Alright, Nidourific electing to go with Hammer Strats for now. But taking a few hits, has decided to pull out the Fire Rod. Does have a backup fairy in his pocket, just in case things go haywire. But the Fire Rod does its job. Mothula goes down. And that's a map. And I do believe we're still missing an item in Skullwoods. Yeah, we're definitely missing an item in Skullwoods. Alright, well there's one of them, and it's Super Missiles. And yeah, I don't think Nito checked the big chest because the big key was late to the bandwagon, so I think that's where he's going next. First things first, though, as predicted, a mirror to a ped check. And on the pedestal, it says today, just couch cash, and I am disappointed. Well, that just begs the next million-dollar question, where are flippers? Because right now, flippers are locking out Mirror, and by extension, a potentially full clearable Red Crystal Swamp Palace. All right, that is going to be Scupula's Hammer, followed by the Ice Beam. All right, here's our last item out of the big chest, and it is another arrow capacity upgrade. So that's it for Skullwoods. No major items of importance, just an extra crystal. Now comes a big question. Do you in Thieves? Pendant Thieves doesn't sound like such a bad idea because it is 4 items. Oh, we just found flippers. They are behind the magic cape in Bumper Ledge. The magic cape that was found in the back of Gauntlet. That is a big break for Nidourific there, because that is now a fully clearable Swamp Palace. Unfortunately, that just also increases the number of places where medallions and Titan's mitts could be chilling at. But yeah, Nito definitely picking those up right away. Scupula has not picked up the sword. Oh yeah, because the sword was in X-ray, and Scupula did not have a movement system at the time. All right, we're going to see Scoop attempt a Harapot here. Looks like had a little trouble getting to the pixel and decided and didn't quite get it. Let's... I'm not quite sure what Scoop... Scoop might be attempting an intentional death warp for a health refill here. Unfortunately, even the enemy's not cooperating with Scoop tonight. This has just been a very unfortunate night for Scoop of things just not cooperating. First, it's the Power Bomb drop system emulating Metroid Prime 1's drop system, and then it's the fire enemies not... the Fire Dodongo's not making a move. It's like... Good grief. Alright, we're finally, after what feels like forever, going to see the back of Escape now. We do know that the key is in here somewhere. But we also know that there's 2 items, and those items are an arrow capacity upgrade and bombs. It's not looking good, chat. We might be dipping Pendant Thieves, or we can just full clear Swamp. I think Nito's probably going to full clear Swamp first. Try and see if a lamp at least falls on his lap. That would make Pod logically full clearable. Nothing stopping either of these runners, as far as skill level is concerned, from clearing Pod without lamp. But Scoop, on the other hand, does still need to get the glove first before doing so. I did not notice that there was a bottle on Moldorm, so there are actually 2 bottles in play. So yeah, chat, for Go Mode at this point, we're looking for the other glove, at least a medallion, possibly 2 if Turtle Rock has progression in there somewhere. Floating Island is a heart piece, where we may be able to get away without Flute, if we could find suits. But we need Varying Gravity regardless, logically. It is possible to beat the game without it, but the logic does not account for this. An immediate profit in Swamp Palace, we find Speed Booster. And now our runners are dreading Waterway because that had to be left behind. But yeah, so far this seat is looking super linear at the moment right now. It's get your Morph Ball, go direct ship, get all your movement systems and hookshot, get your glove, and then go do your Dark World stuff until something else shows up. And don't forget to get the cape out of Gauntlet. Alright, so Scoop picks up the mushroom. I don't believe that's been turned in yet by Nito. I know he's had that in his pocket for a while. But it looks like he is setting up to do a diver down glitch here. That did not trigger the switch. But yeah, what you're seeing here is the diver down glitch, allowing Nito to water walk here in Swamp Palace, allowing him to pick up the key. Oh, there it goes. Interesting. But yeah, Diver Down basically just helps with routing efficiency in Swamp. Alright, so Scoop is taking some intentional damage here to reduce health to get the reserve tanks to kick in. And immediately after Speed Booster, we get Gravity Suit in Left Side Swamp. What is that Crystal Flash animation? All right, folks. Meridia is now wide open with a capital W-O. I'm pretty sure, actually, we could full clear that. We have Plasma Beam, so the Plasma... we know about Plasma Beam at Desert Ledge, so the Plasma Pirates would be no issue. That being said, no sign of the Swamp Palace Big Key. And yep, Chad points out as well, Grapple Beam also on hand for the dreaded Shack Tool. Lot of stuff that can be on that too. But yeah, right now, very much advantage Nidorific at the moment. Alright, so Scoop is going ahead and continuing to power up here. Farm up a little bit of extra health. Waterfall chest has a compass. I do believe that means there is an item in the big chest. Alright, so Scoop is continuing to clean up Upper Norfair here. We'll be getting Glove eventually off of Croc. Or I guess not cooperating too much with Nito at the moment. Yeah, Silver Arrows would be nice here, but for the moment, Nito's just going to improvise with Fire Rod. Alright, there should be an item on the boss as well, which is bombs, but will Nito go back for the Swamp Palace big chest as he picks up the first red crystal of the night? Ooh, Scoop took a nasty hit off of those bugs. Ooh, got stuck on the platform, busted him out of his screw attack. Yeah, Scoop is definitely playing it a lot safer here. And indeed, Nidourific is going back for the big chest and is rewarded with a heart container. And Nido's next stop is going to be... let's see what Nido's stop is going to be. It looks like it's going to be Meridia through the Ice Palace, the rear Dark Shopping Mall portal. This actually routes in very cleanly because Meridia is virtually full clearable right now. Actually, it's pretty much completely full clearable with Speed Booster and Gravity Suit and Grapple Beam. There is nothing that can get in Nido's way. I don't recall, though, if the Plasma Pirates are vulnerable to Screw Attack. Because if they are, then yeah, Nido's fine. Because yeah, Nido's never been to Desert, so doesn't know about Plasma Beam yet. Yeah, in fact, on Nido's end, he is still running on power, just standard Power Beam. Looks like Nido is going straight for Dragon first, electing to get that out of the way. And above Dragon, we have missiles, which we pretty much don't need anymore. And let's see how Nido chooses to go about this. Alright, no contact with the Shine Spark, so Nido's going to go for the Grapple Strat, gets it first try, and that is fried shrimp for the audience at home. And with that, that is another boss token awarded for Nidourific. But no valuable items found. So, unfortunately, there is a Super Metroid. The remaining Super Metroid token is locked behind Titan's Mitts in Ice Palace, so Nidourific cannot just go ahead and zip on over to Mother Brain and get it out of the way now. Still has to get Titan's Mitts first. Which we could honestly be looking for those for a while. There's a lot of places those can be. So yeah, we're looking for Titans, a medallion, and we would like to see Variasuit. Worst case scenario, we might need boots for Master Sword. Because yeah, the last thing you want to do is hunt through GT for a sword. We already established all of our tablets are dead as well, so nothing of importance there. And that is Scoop's Power Glove, and he now has Dark World access. Full Dark World access. next up for Nidourific appears to be... let's see where this is. Yeah, this is towards Plasma. Yeah, straight up near Dragon, it's basically Plasma. Which contains money, and that's going to be a reset for Nido. Saves a little bit of a trip down the water. And yeah, Seiryu, welcome aboard. This seat is currently trash. We had a hard required continuous wall jump to wreck ship for grapple and space jump. Needed to do Crocomire for a glove. That being said, I do believe the sand pits are next on our agenda for Nidourific. Luckily, with gravity and speed booster, this is not a big deal. And in the aqueduct, we get 10 sticks and a heart piece. So what Nita's going to do here is take a safety save and check the sand pits, saves coming to reset and get back up to the top in short order. And we'll see how this plays out. Nito going for left sand pit first. But yeah, in my experience watching these, the sand pits have been known to be the jackpot plays. So we will see if this holds true once again tonight. The answer is no for the left side sand pit. And Scupula's next stop here is going to be to Pyramid Ledge. We have not seen this yet. And it sticks. Oh, we do finally find something useful here. We've got a Bombos medallion on right sand pit. We might need that. So, yep, sand pits offering value as they do. Bombos, even if it may not be required for dungeon entry, still a very useful medallion nonetheless. And Nito is just dealing with it and going for the Shack Tool play. Because, yeah, at this point, you are on a hunt for a lot of items. They could be in really nasty spots, so the last thing you want to do is last location it. On a dumb check like this. Now, that being said, we've got some new information coming up on Scupula's screen. He is electing to go into Pod first. Has not yet picked up the flippers off of Bumper Ledge. Now, given what we do know, we could be seeing stuff in here, so this is not necessarily a bad thing for Scupula, but the longer he stays away from those flippers, unfortunately, that's going to keep him away from Gravity Suit and Speed Booster. First check in Pod is a small key. And Shack Tool has the silver arrows. Nidourific elects to pick those up. Not required, but certainly not unwelcome either. But yeah, and another thing is chat points out that we're very weapon starved in A Link to the Past right now, because we only have Fighter Sword. If we end up having to go get Master Sword with boots and we can't find anything else, those silvers are going to be a huge break for Nitorific. Because let's be honest here, Master Sword silverless with only green mail especially, yeah, that's not a good time. All right, so we found Pod's big key, but other than that, we haven't found any items yet in Pod. We're still finding the typical early keys. But we're going to see what's in the bow lock section now, once this bubble decides to get out of the way. All right, Nitorific has just found Spring Ball in Main Street. And right behind that is the Spazer Beam, which Nito, not knowing about Plasma, might be taking that. Oh, we finally find another sword. It is in Palace of Darkness behind the Bowlock section, so boots are not required for swords. But Nito, on the other hand, has just found Varia Suit near Mama Turtle, so Super Metroid is wide open for the taking for Nitorific. That was a nice little diagonal shine spark to clear that out. Interestingly, Nito not going for... not interested in going for Spazer at this time. But yeah, folks, this is looking like Meridia was the play. This seed is currently stupidly linear right now. But we're going to see what's in the beach, and it's the magic powder, which we already know is unfortunately useless. Nito had already done the fake powder glitch, so powder's not going to net any checks. In the watering hole, we've got a pair of heart containers, which again, we're still very defense starved in Link to the Past. So 14 hearts for a green male Ganon, that's definitely welcome. That being said, Scoop is engaging Helmasaur King. I don't believe any items of note have been found in Pod. Ooh, 1 arrow short. It looks like Nito is actually interested in picking up those extra super missiles from left side sandpit here. Might be thinking maybe just going beamless for the remainder of this seed. Is going to need the equivalent of 60 super missiles for Mother Brain, which I do believe he's got. Because, yeah, it would be 40 missiles plus 120 regular missiles, because super missiles do triple damage. So, yeah. Oh, no, 60 regular missiles. So yeah, Nitorific's got more than enough firepower, but the supers are just faster. Not quite sure why Nito went into the map station there. But yeah, at this point, Nito's next stop is pretty likely to be Lower Norfair. A nice good bunch of items over there. A required crystal on Ridley. Although, really starting to get a little worried about where those Titans mitts are. They're probably going to be pretty deep in Lower Norfair at this point. Yes, Crazy Gamer. Scoop did do a Dark World map check. Oh, there is a Quake medallion in the dark basement. We might need that. We'll see. So yeah, Scoop went straight to Helmasaur King and didn't check the rest of the dungeon. So there's still a couple more items up for grabs here. Alright, well, there's a compass. So here, I believe this is going to be our last pair of items here in this chest and the big chest. Alright, second Dark Maze item is... the Titan's Mitts! Behind Lamp in Palace of Darkness. Ew. This seed really is trash. Okay, so yeah, this puts Scoop in a bit of a weird spot here, because Titan's Mitts open up a completely different array of checks compared to Flippers, so looks like Scoop's gonna take the Titan's Mitts into Dark Death Mountain. You know, at this point, Ridley's just gonna have a lamp now, right? Because, yeah, that lamp has been kind of bugging us for a little while. Just because we needed it for Eastern and everything, logically. But, yeah. That's a pretty trash spot for Titan's Mitts right now. It's been, like, illogically accessible pretty early, but even still. All right, Nidorific is going to lower the lava here to check the Showcase Showdown. And a pair of red rupees in Super Bunny Cave. Showcase Showdown in the meantime. We're going to see what's here. Showcase Showdown has the lamp. By logic, Space Jump is required. This seed is officially trash. In the meantime, we're going to see Hookshot Cave from Scoop. We see extra super missiles, a heart piece. Not looking too good so far. A heart container. What's next? Blue mail? The Ether Medallion. So our medallions are known, chat. I believe this is no mode. Ooh, but Big Bird had Wave Beam, which unfortunately without Plasma is not really good by itself. Oh, and it's Ether for TR, so the medallion's literally just on Turtle Rock's front door. Thanks, game. Thanks a bunch. Ooh, and it's Ether from Meyer, too. So, yeah, Nito's gonna need Titan. So that's locked by Titan's Mitts. Now, Nito making this quick trip to Desert, we'll see if he elects to check Desert Ledge here, because if so, that is going to net him Plasma Beam right away. But first stop is probably Meyer Shed, Agina's Cave, all that jazz. But yeah, that actually does put us in no mode because we know where all the medallions are, we know where all the suits are, and we don't need flute. We might need boots, but there's only a 1 in 22 chance at this point. 1 in 22. 21 checks and 1 torch. A second sword has actually already been found. It's in Palace of Darkness, so Nito's going to happen upon that anyway when he tries to go for Titan's Mitts. The sword that Nito has right now is from X-Ray. At the time, Scoop did not have a movement system, so could not get that on his first pass through Red Tower. Never mind, there's just another sword chilling in Meyer Shed. And another 3 hundo. But yeah, Scoop is diving into Pendant TR. This is most likely a play from behind, and I'm pretty sure Nito was not too happy about jumping off the ledge there without picking up Plasma, but is going to enter Desert and at least check the items there. Because yeah, in Nito's case, he's currently looking for Ether and Titan's Mitts. Which we know where both of those are. Titan's is in Pod, Ether is in Hookshot Cave. Ooh, Scoop just took a chain chomp to the face there. Yeah, those chain chomps hurt on green mail chat. I believe hearts. I think they're the same damage as a Ganon hug. Which, yeah, a mail upgrade would be nice at this point. Oop, Scoop just took another hit, but does get a health refill from that hard piece. But yeah, Nito is going to go ahead and full clear Desert and check both items and most likely get Plasma Beam. Okay, map on the torch. So the items are in the big chest and on the boss. And there was blue mail in the Desert Palace big chest. That has been available since the book. Oop, and Nito deciding, yep, having a little too much trouble there. That is where I hit the mirror. 2 hours and 7 minutes later, we finally get a defensive upgrade for A Link to the Past. Although we've had Cape and Half Magic for a while, though. That's a pretty good defense upgrade. Alright, but Nito is going to go ahead and defeat Lanmolas, get the green pendant. Unfortunately, we know that this is nothing. Although, it could be boots. Because Desert Palace is not boots locked. In the meantime, Scoop, clearing out the rest of Turtle is checking Mimic Cave. I very much question where that hammer actually slammed that peg, but gets bombs. I'm sorry, how did that fire shot not connect? Both runners suffering from what are these hitboxes type moments. But yeah, with silver arrows and all the arrow capacity upgrades we've been stockpiling, this boss is a joke. Gets us an energy tank, though. But yeah, Nito is probably going to go get plasma now. Well, I hope Nito's going to go get plasma. Oh yeah, it dumps you out here. Nito's going to get plasma. And then after that, Nito has the lamb, so definitely is going to push him in the direction of Pod, but I think Nito's going to finish Lower Norfair first. It just makes a lot more sense. You're right there. You've got the portal next to you. Yeah, absolutely no reason not to just go ahead and finish up Norfair. Sadly, we know there's not going to be anything of note here. But yeah, now Nitorific is basically good to go with beams, besides charge, but that's about it. No such thing as a worst room in the game now, thanks to Space Jump. But yeah, without charge, Nitorific is going to have to farm up some super missiles here. Needs to do the equivalent of 60... I would say normally 60 super missiles, but super missiles deal double damage to Ridley. That being said, Scoop has just found the flute on Laser Bridge. Again, ew. We don't need it, but ew. Yeah, this has just been all sorts of, yeah, things need to be in different spots than where they are because they're lousy. Alright, so Scoop is deciding that is where the Turtle Rock Dive ends. Not interested in the pendant. I think also might have counted items and found that that was number 5. But yeah, unfortunately, Flute is really not going to do us any good this seed. Nito continuing to dive down into Lower Norfair, picking up, or seeing an energy tank in Mickey Mouse Room, electing to not pick that up. But yeah, 9 energy tanks. At this point, Nitorific should be pretty okay. See, I'm trying to think what the logic chain was here, and it's pretty bad. It's Dark World access to Flippers, to Mirror, because Flippers locked Mirror in Waterfall Fairy, to Swamp for Gravity and Speed, although I don't think Speed was hard required for anything. Gravity gets you Varia. And Varia gets you Lamp for Titan's Mitts. For Ether Medallion, and that's your go mode. So yeah, this is a pretty lousy chain. Now, Scoop is going to go ahead and make a quick pit stop to go check Pedestal here. Unfortunately, is going to discover that it is just Couch Cash and we should all move right along. That thief is committed. Ooh, Nitorific going for the double Shine Spark. Nails it. Alright, but we got a Ridley fight now from Nitorific, and with 45 supers, plenty of missiles as backup, this fight should be a cakewalk. Guards, help! This creeper is here. But yeah, Scoop's gonna go ahead and burn that cane. Was that intentional so that way Scoop could burn Kane? Because if so, that's pretty clever. Alright, in the meantime, Ridley not giving Nito too much trouble. Not enough damage for the quick kill, though. Never mind, plenty of damage for the quick kill. Ridley just decided not to cooperate. And Ridley was guarding a missile tank. We're also going to finally see what this mushroom is, because we've had this in our pocket since Upper Norfair, since Bubble Mountain. So that's been kind of stewing for a little bit. And it's another energy tank. That's almost all the energy tanks at this point, but there's only like a couple left. Scoop's going to go ahead and use all that money that's been stockpiled over the course of the seed and grab a couple of blue potions. That was some nice wall jumping there from Nito. But it looks like Scoop's next stop is going to be Meyer. And with this equipment, this is a perfectly good full clear. From Scoop's perspective. So Scoop's going to be getting his Master Sword here. Now, Scoop doesn't have to worry about that Library Sword either. So that's where 3 of our swords were. We don't know where number 4 was, and wow, that is a lousy spot for Pegasus boots outside Ridley. Alright, so Scoop has gone back into Desert and has retrieved the blue mail. Looks like Red Rupee's in jail. And that's a Bloomerang. We do not need that at this point. Just going to check Frank or Z room. I think that's our final Nope tank. But yeah, with Screw Attack, the 3 Musketeers are a cakewalk, and we can just waltz right on out. And with that, that's going to be Super Metroid full cleared for Nito. Sadly, 1 boss token short right now from just being able to wrap it up here and now, but that will sort itself out once he picks up Titans and does Ice Palace. So I believe Scoop has just picked up Plasma Beam and is now heading back to Meyer. So yeah, this is going to be a Meyer full clear from Scoop. Unfortunately, this is not going to help out. Nito, on the other hand, still hasn't gone to pod for Titan's mitts. The longer Nito puts that off, the more time Scoop has to figure things out and get flippers. Now, that being said, flippers are on the polar opposite end of the world right now to Scoop because they are currently on Bumper Ledge. And that's not accounting for the fact that Flippers locks about half of this item chain. In fact, I'm going to write this down because of how stupidly linear this seed is. So let me see if I got this right. So let's leave Sphere 0 out of it for now. So it was CWJ into Rex ship. And that got grapple or space. Grapple, space, and hook shot. And it looks like Nito's just going to take those boots and grab Tempered Sword, which means Nito's going to get Butter Sword when he dives through Pod. I forgot Meyer was actually our 4th sword. Meyer ship was our 4th sword. So yeah, that's looking good. Are all boss clears required for A Link to the Past? No. Thieves Town and Turtle Rock are pendants, and we know they're not required at this point. Pedestal is dead, and we know about all our remaining important items. Currently, Nitorific is missing Titan's Mitts and Ether Medallion, which are located in Pod Dark Maze and Hookshot Cave, respectively. Respectively, not respectably. But, Scupula, on the other hand, is looking for a lot of things. Unfortunately, continuous wall jumping was required in Super Metroid, and that set Scupula way back. So yeah, let's see. It was the CWJ to hook, space, and grapple. Which was needed for the glove on Croc. The hook was also needed to get to East Death Mountain for Hammer. So I think that puts Hammer in the same sphere as Glove. And then with your Dark World access, you are expected to go to Bumper Ledge for Flippers. On that note, though, Nitorific is in Pod, so this is exactly where he needs to be. Scupula, on the other hand, just picked up the Cane of Berna out of Misery Mire, which is nice, but again, it's not what we're looking for. Let's see. Flippers directly locked Speed and Gravity. And Gravity was required for Varia. One cane and the other's vanilla location. Flippers did lock Mirror too. Good point. So Mirror is actually one more step in the chain here. And in the meantime, Nitorific has his Butter Sword. So Gravity leads to Varia Suit, which leads to Lamp, because Lamp was in Showcase Showdown. We did need that for Titan's Mitts in Pod Dark Maze, because that is logically Lamp required. And Titan's Mitts leads to Dark Death Mountain for Ether. Yeah, Moon Pearl was super early. Cape was right behind Morph Ball. So I'm kind of not counting. I'm not counting like Morph Ball and stuff because all that stuff was super early. It was not a Metroid Dread style seed where Morph Ball is obnoxiously late to the bandwagon. That being said, shout outs to the Metroid Dread randomizer. That is actually a thing. And it is in working order. Whoops, that bomb did not go into the crack. All right, so Nito's clearing out Pod before getting before doing Helmasaur King, which it's not going to make a difference as far as dealing with Helmosaur King is concerned, but it is going to give Nito those Titan's Mitts right... actually, no, this was Quake. This is the Dark Basement. Titans was in the maze. On that note, though, Viddy goes down, and Scoop has picked up his 5th crystal since one was on Kraid. So yeah, if I'm reading my notes correctly, the following Sphere 0, following Morph Ball, you are expected to get Cape and CWJ to Rex Ship. Then you get Hook, Space Jump, and Grapple in Rex Ship. Hook gets you, or Space Jump or Grapple gets you Glove, and Hook gets you Hammer. Flippers directly locked by Hammer for due to Dark World access for... Although Hammer didn't necessarily lock Flippers. You could have just hook shot it over there. Actually... Yeah, it did, because otherwise you would have to do Angle 1 for Dark World. So yeah, no, Hammer did lock Flippers, never mind. That being said, Nito's just picked up Titan's Mitts. And he's going to be on his way directly to Helmosaur King. Unfortunately, it looks like Scoop hasn't found the big key for Meyer yet, and it's in a lousy spot. But yeah, Flippers directly locks Mirror because that was in Waterfall Fairy. Mirror is locking Speed Booster and Gravity in Rex Ship. Gravity Suit is locking Various Suit in Mama Turtle Room. Lamp was in Showcase Showdown, so not only was Space Jump required for the required as a movement system to get through Cathedral for the glove, but it was also needed for Showcase Showdown to logically get Lamp, so you can go get Titan's Mitts in the Pod Dark Maze for Ether Medallion in Hookshot Cave, and that should basically be GG at that point. Fire and Ice Rod were both pretty much Sphere 0 or Sphere 1. Fire Rod was in, I think, Brinstar somewhere. The Silvers were on Shack Tool. Not required, but not undesirable either. Looks like Scoop didn't get Plasma Beam. Oh, wait, no. Because Scoop does have Plasma Beam, but a little bit of a weird feature with SMZ3 is that in order to avoid an incident where Spazer and Plasma could be active at the same time, Spazer and Plasma are turned off by default if they are picked up in A Link to the Past. Alright, so Scoop has just seen the lamp on Showcase Showdown. I don't think he's going to get that. Although the reset did send him all the way back to landing site. And with that, Helmosaur King goes down, and Nidorufic is very likely going to Dark Death Mountain right now, at which point he will see his go mode in Hookshot Cave, and that's going to basically be GG. It actually really helps in Nidorufic's case that Ether is also required for Turtle Rock, because that does lock the dungeon out entirely now. That being said, Scoop is electing to rush Ice here with Titan's Mitts, so unfortunately this is still putting him on the polar opposite side of Flippers. Elects to fake Flipper to Ice. Oh, Nito, calling me a liar here, and instead is going to also rush Ice. Which makes sense. It is a dungeon you can full clear, and it is a Super Metroid token, so you might as well get this done anyway. We just know that Ether Medallion's not going to pop up here. For that matter, the only thing that Nito could find that would really make life easier here, and either of our runners could find that would make life easier here, is pretty much Charge Beam or Bombs. And even then, Bombs is a pretty big question mark as far as usefulness right now. going to see the Icebreaker glitch from Scoopula here. Gets it first try, and is rewarded with more super missiles. Seems like a long seed, Semper? Let me happily read you the list. So Sphere 0 was pretty nice. It gave us Morph, Ice Rod, which we didn't end up needing anyway, and Bow. Bow was early. We had a Magic Cape and Gauntlet, which was required, and I'll get to the reason why later. And in that same sphere, you were expected to CWJ to Wreck Ship, because Wreck Ship had both Grapple Beam and Space Jump and Hook Shot. The Space Jump was required to get through Cathedral for Power Glove behind Croc on Croc Escape. And the Hook Shot was required for East Death Mountain to get Hammer in Paradox Cave. And guess what? It doesn't end there. The Cape was required for Flippers on Bumper Ledge, which locks Mirror in Waterfall Ferry. In Swamp Palace, behind the Mirror and the Flippers, we have Gravity Suit and Speed Booster. Gravity is needed for Varia Suit on Mama Turtle, after which point Varia Suit locks the Lamp on Showcase Showdown, which is not only needed for Pod in general because it's a required dungeon, but because Titan's Mitts are in the Dark Maze, and Titan's Mitts also lock the Ether Medallion needed for Misery Mire and Hookshot Cave. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Wait, that's not how the line goes. But yeah, this is going to be a fun interview. Unfortunately, Scoop had a lot of trouble with that continuous wall jump, and as a result, was very late getting to Dark World access, and also has not been to Bumper Ledge for Flippers, unfortunately. He fake flippered to ice. But at this point, this seed is pretty much winding down. It's only a matter of time before Nito goes up to Dark Death Mountain to get Hookshot. There really isn't anywhere else he can go, as he has full cleared Super Metroid at this point. I doubt Nito's going to go for the one-off speed booster checks. Because the only speed booster check we haven't seen was Waterway. But yeah, this has been an SMZ3 seed. Very much a hard logic SMZ3 seed. And hey, simultaneous Cold Stare kills for the Dragon token, and that's going to be the 4th Super Metroid boss token for Nito, the 3rd. No, excuse me, the 2nd for Scoop. Scoop didn't do Skull Woods? Kind of surprised at that. Oh, Scoop is going to head in that direction now. And this is where Scoop is going to be in the vicinity to get the very bad news that Flippers were behind the Cape this whole time. That said, Nito is now in Dark Death Mountain, so is in the place he needs to be. Scoop, on the other hand, is going to go ahead and full clear Skull Woods first. Unfortunately, not going to find anything of note here, but is going to be in the vicinity to go check Bumper Ledge. So yeah, both runners are about to be finding their on-track items, although Scoop is not going to be too happy about the Flippers, because again, those were basically in play right after Dark World access. But yeah, right in this last check here, Nidorific finds the Ether Medallion, and that is go mode at 235.09. Not a whole lot left on Nito's plate. It's just a clear of Meyer, GT and Ganon, and then Torian. All right, so Nito is going to take the lower Norfair portal because this is way faster, seeing as Nito's already taken down Big Bird and opened up the lava here. So I do believe, yeah, without Flute especially, this is actually faster. It's actually required. Since Nito has not picked up the Flute out of Laser Bridge. So yeah, you weren't getting any convenience items to help you out with this trek. Not unless you were going to be missing some other things. Not much else to say for the moment here, as we do see Scoop wrap up the Skull Woods fight, get his third Super Metroid token. Is not going to check Pedestal. Already checked Pedestal before going to Skull Woods, so he already knows that's couch cash. Move right along. But yeah, Nito taking the health refill now and is going to go ahead and run to Meyer via the portal. Ain't the NES just a wonderful console for just making sure this works out? Because yeah, the main reason this works the way it does is because both Link to the Past and Super Metroid use different halves of the SNES's RAM. So they can coexist without starting a hissy fit. Nope. And our tracker tonight, Crazed Gamer, actually makes a really good point. If you haven't already, go follow the two runners, because again, they put a fantastic show for you here tonight, as Scoop has just discovered where the flippers are and is probably not too happy about that. But nevertheless, these runners have put on a great show for you here, and very special thanks especially to Crazed Gamer, who has been our tracker tonight, making sure everybody knows who has what, pressing all the buttons. So we very much thank you folks for joining us here as we are starting to wind things down. The combo rando is made by a bunch of folks, but the primary rando builder is Total, is the name. And the combo rando has had some big tune-ups lately. Fast Ganon has been enabled, has been made an option. Fast Ganon's actually going to be, if I could check the schedule here, Fast Ganon is actually next up on the list for the Friday evening SMZ3 Weekly. That seed is going to be 553 Fast Ganon. So 5 crystals. 5 crystals for GT, 5 crystals for Ganon, and 3 Super Metroid bosses, but Fast Ganon is enabled. Then a couple of normal 774 weeklies for the weekend, and then trying to look up any of the real notables. We've got a normal Key Sanity coming up on October 28th. We've got a handful of hard 774s and normal 774s in between. There's a hard all dungeons thrown in there for this upcoming Monday. So yeah, there's some nice expansion of SMZ3 lately with the last couple of updates. All right, so Scoop has got flippers now, has checked Catfish, and I believe this is going to be a play to Swamp. All right, Nito just blitzing through Mire here. So Nito's going to get the final crystal here as Scoop enters Swamp, and we'll soon be discovering Speed and Gravity. Gravity could be Scoop's go mode if he chooses to attempt the Grand Hell Run to Ridley. Because otherwise, he would need to make a pit stop at Mama Turtle to pick up Varia soon. Which, to be fair, Scoop does have the energy tanks to do so. I believe Scoop's E-tank count currently sits at 11, if not 12. And Gravity is going to help reduce enemy damage as well, in the event that that is necessary. And Screw Attack does make Norfair Escape a lot more cozy. Space Jump plus Screw Attack actually makes it almost free. No less stressful, but very tough. But Nitorific with a lightning fast Vidifight courtesy of those silver arrows. Definitely, in his mind, probably worth the dip to Shack Tool to pick those up. But Scoop finding Speed here in Swamp Palace entrance. Even if Scoop does not Grand Hell Run, Meridia is probably his next stop. Because it would put Scoop right near the Meridia entryway via the Dragon exit portal. So Scoop is most likely heading to Meridia next anyway. There's not a tremendously large amount on Scoop's plate either. After Swamp, that's actually it for the Link to the Past dungeons. The rest of Scoop's work is all in Super Metroid, besides GT. Oh yeah, we totally forgot to guess for the GT big key, didn't we? Oops. But yeah, there's 21 checks and 1 torch where this Ganon's Tower big key can be. And with Pegasus boots being in the wonky spot that they are, you know, are they even required? We'll see. The answer is no, but a small key probably wouldn't go amiss. All right, first two checks, nothing of importance. A few extra arrows for later, and a heart piece. And Nito's going to go Dark Magician here. There's one of the single rupees. Those have been strangely devoid this whole seed. I believe there's 2 in the pool. Oh, Nitorific's gonna gamble tile room here. And yep, that is Gravity Suit for Scoop. If you're wondering why Nitorific's magic's not going down, it's because when you're pulling out a wall with the cape armed, you don't lose magic. Why? Because that's how the game was programmed. Because 1.0, yeah, that's right, because we are running on the 1.0 version of Link to the Past for this. All right, here in the compass room, we've got money that we don't need. The GT big key, so that is number 9? No, with tile room, that's 10. So no guesses on the mark, but Wizard got 11, so that's about as close as we got. So with Gravity in tow, yeah, Scoop's in a position to go to Meridia, pick up Various Suit, and that is going to be his go mode. I mean, Price is Right rules, yes, but that seems a little off. Good show, though. Used to watch it all the time when I was in school. Excuse me, that arrow definitely just whizzed right by that Skulltula's eyes. Skulltula? Stall Child. Skulltula's our next game. But yeah, Nitorific making mincemeat of this GT climb right now. Yeah, silver arrows, butter sword. There's a lot to like about this climb. When you're not getting pestered by fireballs. Wow, got the quick kill on Lanmolas. Almost missed that there, but recovered pretty nicely. Alright, so Scoop is going back for the big chest, is going to get the heart container, and then is probably on his way to Meridian now. Ooh, Nidorific improvising with a Pegasus Boots bonk there. Nicely done. But is ignoring the chests on the climb. And yeah, at this point, there's pretty much nothing of extreme importance left, besides maybe red mail. Charge Beam would also be really nice, because we never did find that. That being said, I don't know if Charge Beam can be in GT in this version. I know in previous versions, Charge Beam was always considered required, and therefore could never be in GT. But I don't know if that's been changed in our current... Oh no, Moldorm just took his first victim of the night. But yeah, I'm not sure if Charge Beam can be in GT on this version. Would have been hilarious if the answer was yes and it was there, but not the case. Alright, time for Aga 2 on Ito's end. Ooh, that pattern was not the most brilliant. And then, of course, he gets a blue ball. Okay, I know, this pattern just stinks. Nito's getting some lousy Aga 2 RNG here. Scoop, on the other hand, with the Swamp Palace Crystal in tow, is going to take the big red bomb and check Pyramid Fairy, although, again, we know that there can't be any progression back here anymore. Yeah, Nito had a real hard time with that. Not a real hard time, but a hard time with that Aga 2 fight. Nope, Scoop is getting pestered a little bit by guards. And Ganon says to us, "You think you're so smart? I bet that you didn't know you can hum while holding your mouth closed." Was it mouth or noth? I think it was nose. Let me read it again. "You think you're so smart? I bet you didn't know you can hum while holding your nose closed." And yeah, you're normally supposed to hum with your mouth closed. Ganon jokes aside, Nidorific having no trouble with the first two phases courtesy of Butter Sword. And good teleports, too, making up for the bad Aga 2 RNG. We discovered that silvers are Ganon's true weakness. A torch glitch has been set up successfully. That is not a good setup for a double hit, though, so 2 more arrows, and then that should do it for Ganon. Nito does have a fairy in his pocket, but definitely doesn't need it. That is a single G for Nidorific, as he will now cross the 1x3 bridge, be placed back on the pyramid, and after that it is off to Torian. Luckily, a hard reset at this point does put you back at landing site, out of Link to the Past. So Nito's going to take a full ammo restore here, and yeah, 65 supers is more than enough for Mother Brain, even a few insurance missiles. Does Nito save the animals? I have no idea. Alright, so yep, Torian time for Nito. And yeah, we'll see how Scoop decides to go about this. He's currently got 10 energy tanks, and I think at least 3 are reserves, if not... Yeah, because 1 reserve was in Norfair, so yeah. At least 2 or 3 reserves as well. So we will see if Scoop attempts the Grand Hell Run without Variasuit, because if so, Scoop could start finishing up here. Ooh, Scoop got let go early. And then didn't get grabbed. Dragon, again, enemies and drop systems not cooperating with Scoopula tonight. Yikes. Unfortunately, Scoop too low there, so he's just going to have to wait for Dragon to eventually yeet him towards the generators. Ooh, now Scoop is too high. And is getting pounded. Ouch. That's what happens when you don't get the grapple hit. But yeah, Nitorific electing not to attempt Baby Skip. Yeah, Scoop had the wrong weapon out. Power Bombs instead of Plasma Beam. Now gets the kill. Because, yeah, Baby Skip, unfortunately, pretty tough to do, if not almost impossible without high jump boots. Wave Plasma is nice, but yeah, high jump would make that a lot easier. That being said, we're pretty much on our way out here for Nitorific. Just gotta finish up with Torian, and that's gonna be GG. Ooh, didn't get the speed booster, so it's going to improvise with an Ice Beam Zebetite skip. Disable Screw Attack to make this work. And gets the skip. Nicely done. Alright, so yeah, Mother Brain shouldn't be too much of a pain for Nitorific. Definitely more than enough ammo to make this work. Yeah, looks like Nito was down a few supers at the start, but can improvise with regular missiles no problem. Oop, dodges the ketchup beam there. Think that should do it. And I don't even think Nito's attempting to set up stand-up glitch, yeah, because without Charge Beam, this is pretty much not going to do you any good. So yeah, it's just getting all set to go. And even though Scoop has speed in tow, has elected to do a snail clip in the meantime to check Aqueduct. No good items there. In fact, ammo count's such a non-issue that Nito still has leftover missiles after the first Rainbow Beam. Of course, that doesn't outpace Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam does 10 times as much damage as a missile. Do you have to do Ganon or Mother Brain first to answer question chat? The answer is no. The only thing the boss order changes is how you exit the first boss. Because if you finish up Ganon first, like we saw earlier, you're just put back on the pyramid. If you fight off Mother Brain first, the countdown timer stops, or the destruction sequence stops when you get to Crateria. And you can also preserve Hyper Beam until you transition back to A Link to the Past. But the credits will play once the second final boss has been defeated. And in Super Metroid's case, that does also include returning to landing site to escape. Alright, Scoop in the meantime, continuing to clear out Meridia, should be arriving at Mama Turtle shortly to pick up Varia's suit. And yeah, based on the fact that Scoop is still clearing stuff, is not comfortable doing the Grand Hell run, so we'll be looking for Varia, which thankfully, again, is not far. But in the meantime, Scoop's going to make a quick pit stop at Plasma Beam. Yeah, I don't remember Plasma having anything of note. So Scoop's probably going to reset out of this, since I'm pretty sure he took a safety save outside the sand pits. Saw left sand pit was nothing, is going to see this, and is probably going to reset. No, is not going to reset. I thought I saw Scoop take the safety save. And looks like Nito is not going to save the animals, is just going to rush to landing site, wrap things up here. Gets a sub 2 on the escape timer, and with that, get your GGs in chat for Nitorific, who finishes in first place on the restream with an official race time GG time of 3:03:17. That is good for first place in the community for this weekly. On that note as well, Scoopula has issued a DNF and will not be finishing. On that note, a fantastic performance by both of our runners, and GG's to them both. We will try to get them both in here for an interview. But yeah, fantastic performance for what really was a pretty trash seed. All right, we are joined in the booth by Nitorific. GG's to you. Scoopula joins us as well. Both of you, GG.
GG. GG's Nito. Thanks. Yeah, I was screwed from the get-go, clearly.
Yeah, you were struggling for a very long time with the wreck ship continuous wall jump.
Not even that. I ate crab. Not even a seafood day. What else I do? I was screwed up Eastern and dark. Yeah.
I died twice in Eastern.
Yeah, you both struggled with Eastern for a little bit. But yeah, the seed pretty much was pretty linear from that point on, because Scoopula, you were actually getting pretty close to Varia suit. It was in Mama Turtle.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, see, it's either that or going to be like West Dark World. So I guess, yeah, I mean, I was committed to skipping that. I figured it was going to get done. TR, surprise, had nothing necessary. I don't think we needed that flute.
Yeah, Flute was skippable today.
Oh, where was Flute?
It was on Laser Bridge.
Oh, yeah, that's a very convenient location.
So
As
yeah,
always.
in your case, Nito, you weren't even going to get that since your go mode was Ether.
Was Turtle Rock Ether as well?
Yeah, Turtle Rock was Ether as well.
Right. I'm always kind of amused when I'm summoning the bird I never freed with the flute I never found. It's always a nice touch for a seed to do that.
Yeah. So I wrote down the logic for how bad this seed actually was, and there's like 7 or 8 steps in here before Ether Medallion, and it's pretty lousy.
Well,
it was required, right?
The CW, it was required because space was required anyway for Lamp. In Showcase Show. Well, logically required. So I put that in the steps too.
Yeah, okay. So I realized when I was messing around with that CWJ, which by the way, first time I ever got it to work, and I realized what has been going wrong, which is this is what it takes, by the way. You know what they say, right? Champions are made when everybody's watching. No, it's not what they say. But yeah, so I was just hitting it early, and I play on a 50-inch HD TV from 14 years ago, and I still do it because it has a 2-frame delay, and I know that, and it's something I can plan for at all times. So I'm just doing it wrong. That's all.
Did you unequip Screw Attack?
You know, I didn't think it mattered. So
well, I never ever can do it with Screw Attack on. I have to disable it. Maybe it's just a timing thing because I can tell when I'm about to need to press jump again. But when you're just screw attacking, it's not that clear.
Yeah, like I don't know. To me, it almost seems like too late. I hit it when I expect the anim to change, and it never works. So I hit it a little later, and it worked perfectly fine. And I'm not on RA with run ahead or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know.
Do you have the ROM, the practice ROM, where it tells you how many frames late you were?
Yeah, well, that whole time I was there, I was thinking, well, gee, I should have got that, and I should have did this, and but this is par for the course for me. This is how I learn stuff.
Yeah,
like I said, when everybody's watching. So yeah.
2 things we didn't find that would have made the seed really interesting were we didn't find Charge Beam, and we didn't find high jump boots, which jump movement was definitely important today because of the Crocomire glove locking Dark World access.
Oh yeah.
You know, even the spring ball would have been nice. I can do the.
I found it. What was it? Oh, it was at Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, spring ball I can get in no problem. So yeah, this is the first in 2 years hard absolutely required CWJ thing, because the only thing I left was Desert Big Chest.
That was a mail upgrade, yeah.
Well, I got it later. That was a mistake, so I went back checking it. So that was when I realized, oh yeah, okay, we had to do it. So yeah, 2 years in what, 400 seeds or something like that, and yeah. So, and I rolled it, because I have to have a seed before I turn my thing on, so I could be on here on time. So, oops.
Wow.
We just had our 2nd place finisher. Tony T. Young finished with a time of 3:07:28, so not too far behind you, Scoop. Sorry, not too far behind you, Nito.
Yeah, I was considering, doing all the good stuff today and just skipping Varia and just go.
We were wondering if you were going to do that after Gravity Suit, and you're probably not going to like this, but Pegasus boots were in Ridley's and Ridley Escape.
No,
Fireflies, right?
Yeah, the Fireflies. And on top of that, there was another sword in... the sword that you ended up not seeing was in...
Mireshed?
No, it wasn't Mireshed. It was... I'm trying to remember.
There was a library one.
There was a library one?
There was library, Mireshed. Oh, right, X-Ray.
X-Ray, yeah, that was the last one.
Well, the first for me, but
that would have been a real tough sell first time through. So
yeah, that CWJ was just a tough day for everybody involved.
Well, I mean, I got a better idea of it now, which is what I'm taking out of this, honestly. Like, I you know, of course I kept playing because I got to throw something up on the screen. I don't want to just heck off and all that. But
it happened to me too in the past, and I just sat down with the practice ROM and I said, okay, I'm not forfeiting a seat just because I can't do this trick, and I just drilled it.
Well, I had a lot of time to think while I was just going through the motions, and that was one of those where it's like, well, yeah, now I'm gonna get it for sure, finally, and I did. But, and so now I think I'm pretty confident being able to replicate it in the future. But
you just gotta get it right once.
Yeah, and I've done this ad nauseum with a whole bunch of stuff in Z3K, and most of that was on just ladder and stuff where nobody watches. But frame timing, I can do it. I just never sat down and figured it out. I don't know. It's just like racing, I guess. So.
All right. Well, anything else you two want to say before we close out tonight?
Oh, it's pretty rare I get to do village skip, but I did. That was cool.
The what?
Oh, the Village of Outcasts. It's always nice to skip a location you normally never skip.
Oh, so you didn't go in there either?
No.
Yeah, it was really, we thought with the early Pendant and Thieves Town and Turtle Rock with ice and fire practically being spheres 1 or 0, that it was going to be maybe flippers on pedestal, but that ended up not happening.
No, it's one or the other. Either it's a pedestal seed or the rods are garbage and they're just placed anywhere because they're not needed.
So yeah, and that's the other thing. I guess 45 seconds in, if you would see my tracker, you'd see I marked TR as a pendant as soon as I got that ice rod.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Chat guessed it too. So yeah, you and Chat both hit the nail on the head.
Like I actually did, but I'm like, yeah, I should have. But then I was like, well, it's not going to show up. I spent enough time meaning. So. But hey, thanks for tracking comms, by the way. I get a lot, so appreciate it. And yeah, GG again, Nito.
GG.
All right. Well, with that said, folks, thank you for watching this last match of the SMZ3 Combo Randomizer weekly races. Our next round of weeklies starts on Friday. And assuming we get streams up for those, the first of which will be Hard 553 Fast Ganon, followed by a pair of normal 774s over Saturday and Sunday, and Monday Hard All Dungeons. Good luck with that, folks. That's going to be a fireworks display. Let's see. Friday's race is 8 p.m. Eastern, Saturday's 1 p.m., Sunday 3 p.m., Monday 9 p.m. Eastern. So a bunch of afternoon and evening races on tap for you next week. With that said, major thank you to both of our runners, Scoopula and Nitorific, for putting on a fantastic show for you tonight, dealing with this utterly trash hard mode seed. Thank you to our tracker, Crazed Gamer, who did a great job tonight, pressing all the buttons, making sure everybody knows who has what. Thank you, folks, for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see you next mission, folks. Take care.